What a video I have for you today. So, when you're thinking about how do I break into my dream job? How do I get hired? It seems so tough. There's so much competition. Maybe you might have heard of the hidden job market. You might have heard me talk about it or someone else. And I hope you have, because it is the #1 way of bypassing all the frustration of automated rejections, applicant tracking systems, recruiters who don't know who you are and don't care, and all those other things. Very, very simply. And I'm going to show you in this video exactly how to do that. Now, this is going to be a bit of a blast from the past, because I was going to record a new video, but instead I decided to open up our vault and take out one of our lessons that we have in our training platform for our clients in our coaching program. So you'll kind of get a feel for what they see as well. Now, this is extremely valuable, and this has only been available to our clients before today. So I want you to spend time watching this and analyzing this, because this is going to show you what the hidden job market is, why it works so well, and why, if you do want to get hired into a dream job, if you do want to work somewhere where you get paid what you're worth and you actually enjoy work and you're fulfilled every day, this is how you do it. And this is how you increase your chances from the measly 0.4% chance, according to Glassdoor, that you have when you're on the job boards, to 20, 30, even higher percent chance when you go through the hidden job market. You'll find out exactly why right now. So the first thing that you need to understand is that both candidates and organizations have the same general objective when it comes to the hiring process, right? They want to find a good match. So candidates want to find a good company to work for, companies want to find good people to hire, and they both want to do it as quickly as possible. So if that's the case, why do these crazy statistics exist then? So 63%, almost 2/3 of hiring managers say talent shortage is their biggest problem. They can't find the right people to do those jobs. Right? That's pretty crazy. Particularly when you keep in mind this other statistic, that more than half, 51% of employees are actively searching for a new role at any one time. Okay, so you've got 2/3 of hiring managers say they can't find the right people, but on the other hand, half of the people out there are looking for new positions. That's crazy, right? And the reason is quite simple. It's because there's a huge disconnect between how candidates job hunt and how organizations candidate hunt, right? Let's look at that right now. So this is how most candidates go about it. So number one, they go online and they see a position on a job board, or they go on a company website, or they look on LinkedIn or Indeed or any of these places and they see a job posting. Second, they use their generic resume and they apply online, okay? And when I say generic resume, I don't mean that you tailor it for the job, okay? That's still generic, because you're taking something which is generic and you're just using it for that purpose. I'm talking about truly proving your value using your resume, okay? That's what we're gonna get into later. That's what most people don't do. They just use something that lists all of their previous experience, right? That is generic. Number three, they hope for the best. You know, once they click apply, it's like, I'll sit back and, you know, whatever happens, happens. They don't ever try and actually influence that decision. Number four, they get rejected. You know, 9 times out of 10, as I said before, 94% of candidates are rejected by the applicant tracking systems, by resume robots, no feedback whatsoever, so you don't even know what you've done wrong. You don't even know why you got rejected. And then finally, number 5, hustle, right? Keep doing it. I've had clients that come to me and say, James, I've applied 500 times to all these different jobs. And I think to myself, that's pretty crazy. Why are you doing that? You're obviously, it's not going right. You're not doing the right thing. You're not taking the right steps if that's happening, okay? It's not all about hustling. It's all about doing things the right way. Less hustle, more working smarter, right? And that's what we're going to find out how to do. Now, how do most organizations go about candidate hunting? So first of all, they decide, hey, we want to hire some people. Right, say they want to hire 200 people, and then they tell their department heads, hey, you get 50 people for the marketing team, right? And then the marketing team says, right, we want to hire a paid media specialist, a marketing manager, a content specialist, a copywriter, blah, 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 blah. Okay, then next, they check the company pipeline. They check whether they've ever had somebody who's interviewed in the past. They check whether they've worked with anyone that they'd like to speak with. They check whether there's anyone that they know, the senior management know, the senior people that work in the marketing team. Any of those people, do they know someone already who they could just bring on an interview without having to do any of the other annoying stuff? Next, they write up job descriptions, they write up a detailed role description, and then they get referrals from the rest of the organization, right? People who are not in the marketing team. So they ask the procurement team and the sales team and the operations team, hey, do you know anyone who's good and who might want to work in this marketing role? Next, they post the role descriptions in free places. Okay, so that might be the email list that they have, social media groups, company website, other employees, alumni, other people in their network. Okay, all the free places they get it out to as much as they can. And finally, number 5 is they use the paid methods. All right, advertising jobs and using external recruiters. Right, that's that little wedge, the 40% that we talked about before, and the 60% is number 1, 2, 3, and 4. 60% hidden job market, referrals, pipeline, etc. That's what you want to aim for because that's what companies want you to do. Okay, because this is the big disconnect. This is what candidates do first. Their number 1 is go to the job boards. But for organisations, that's their the last thing that they want to do, right? And why is that? Why is that the last thing that they want to do? And here's why. So here are the 3 markets. So for a company, ideally they want to get people through the pipeline or through referrals because they are cheaper, okay, it's a more reliable resource, and the candidates that come are often better, right? And here's some statistics just to show you what I mean. Referrals are 5 times more effective than all other sources of hiring. Okay, and these are from some recruitment industry journals and other sources. 46% of employees hired through the existing pipeline stay for 3 years or more, while only 14% of those hired through job boards stay. And then finally, referrals are hired 55% faster than those hired through a career site. So if you're a company, you want to use pipeline and you want to use referrals, right? So everything else is a last resort. It's not you don't want to do it. So secondly, external recruiters are good. Okay? The problem is they're really expensive. They take about 20 to 30% commission of your first year's salary. So let's say you get hired into a role paying $100,000 a year. That company, if you came through an external recruiter, will have to pay that external recruiter $20,000 to $30,000 for finding you. So they don't want to do that if they don't have to. But it's still a reliable resource, and the candidates that come through are better as well. Finally, job ads. They're expensive, they're unreliable. Okay, they face the volume problem, which is that they get hundreds, if not thousands, of applications, most of which are not good, most of which are not relevant, and that's why they have applicant tracking systems. That's why they exist. And also, worse candidates come through that method. Now, when it comes to candidates, what do they think? Okay, pipeline referrals, they don't know how to do it. Most of the time, they don't even know it exists, right? Or they have no network, and they think, well, I can't do it because I don't know anyone at the company. External recruiters, they maybe understand it, probably don't, and then they don't even know how to attract them, even if they do. And finally, job adverts, it's what everyone knows. There's stuff out there all over the place. LinkedIn's what everyone uses, Glassdoor, Indeed, Career Builder, all these different places. It's there, it's just shoved in your face continuously. So you know it, you know what it is to use, that's what candidates rely on, and that's what they understand. But like you can see, it's not what companies want you to do. Okay, and I've got a quick video now, which I really love. And it's the head of global recruitment for EY, right? They're a multi-billion-dollar company. And just listen to what this guy says.
It's a great question, and it is, it is a dogfight for talent. And part of the reason is that it's so easy now to actually apply for jobs. Not easy to get them, but easier to apply. So for now, there's a whole plethora of ways to get yourself noticed by an organization. There's lots of online tools that you can use. So the fact that it's harder to get a job is because now applications are through the roof.
So that last line, I hope that made sense, but that last line, the reason it's harder to get a job is because applications are through the roof. There are so many applications compared to how many jobs there are available. That is the problem. Okay? According to Dan Black, EY head of recruitment, $36.4 billion of revenue. Okay? He knows what he's talking about and he's saying the exact same thing. So the question is, why does this problem exist? Okay? Why does this problem exist? Here's why. Here's why we're seeing this. So first of all, organizations, we know, they want to find the best person in the quickest time. But here's the other thing. They also want to do it for the lowest cost. Okay? Whereas candidates, they want to find the best job in the quickest time for the least effort. Right? And this has created this huge industry. The recruiting industry wants you to think that applying online is the only way. Right? Is the only way because that is the way they make more money. And also, on the flip side, the more people that do apply online, right? Imagine everybody in the world applied online and that was it. Then the more that the recruiting industry, the job boards and all those different organizations can convince companies that their way is the only way, right? Which is how they make more money. It's all about making money. Look at this. The US staffing and recruiting industry is worth $150 billion, right? Again, that's not the companies who are hiring, that's the middle men, the middle women, the middle people who connect people, candidates who want to get a job, and people that want to, and companies that want to hire, right? This connection is worth $151 billion every single year. And you can see it's growing. Look how much it's grown since 2012. Right? It's totally crazy. And here's what happens, job boards. They make more money the more times you hit apply, okay? The more times you hit apply, the more money they make, because they charge their clients, who are the companies, every time you click apply. We did a study on this recently, okay? And we got 141 applications on Indeed.com for a job, and we put a very specific thing in there that they had to do. They had to write this very specific thing on their application to be qualified for the next stage. How many people did it? 3. 3 out of almost 150 people did what we said. But we still had to pay for every single application, right? We had to pay over $1,000 for 3 candidates who weren't even good, right? It's terrible. Job boards are incentivized for you to fail, because the more jobs you apply for, the better they do. If you apply for 500 jobs, that is exactly what they want you to do. That's what they want you to do, okay? Applicant tracking system developers, they make more money the more people apply to a role, because companies need technology to get past this problem. Career advice websites, right? The ones that have like 10 tips to pass your interview, blah, blah, blah. They make more money the more times candidates visit their website. Why is that? Because they sell ads, right? So if you're going on a website for 6 months instead of 1, they're going to make way more advertising revenue from all the visits that you put on that website. And finally, resume rewriters. Okay, they make money the more candidates are struggling to get through the applicant tracking systems. Now, not all resume rewriters are bad, okay? But if they don't teach you about what I'm teaching you right now, then they're just fueling the problem. Okay? And this is what happens. Okay, you've got job boards, which mean that applicant tracking systems exist, which mean that people are out there trying to teach you how to beat the applicant tracking systems, right? None of that is the right way to go, and this system is set up to make money from your failure, and that makes me mad. And that should make you mad as well, which is why you're lucky, because you've got us on your side, right? Because we're the only people who teach this. We're the only people that get judged on actual results and know how this stuff works, right? So you're in luck. You're in luck that you're here, because we're going to fix all this together, right? You understand why this industry is against you. They want you to fail because they make more money the more you fail. We don't want to do that. So we're going to do things properly. So here's the solution. Like most people, you probably think or thought right now that the hiring teams had all the power, right? The companies have all the power because you're the one that's hoping and praying for opportunities, right? But now you understand that hiring teams are also having a problem. Remember that statistic? 2/3 of hiring managers say that talent shortage is their biggest problem, right? So you're starting to understand that you don't need job boards as well as this fact that hiring teams are scraping around for talent. So it means that you can take the power back over this process. You can bypass the job boards, you can bypass the applicant tracking systems, and give the hiring teams exactly what they want, which means, lo and behold, you're going to have a much better chance of getting hired. And when you bolt on top of that, all the stuff we do with unique value and proving why you're the best person for the role, it just increases your chances exponentially. All right? And it works because it increases your opportunities, and the more opportunity you have, guess what? The more control you have. Now, organizations, they want you to unlock the hidden job market, right? Just remember that. All right, so that's how you do it. That is how you unlock the hidden job market. That is why, like I just said, companies want you to do this. So not only is it better for you, but it's also better for the companies. It's better for everybody. You have a better chance of getting hired. The company has more likelihood of hiring the person they actually want to hire, which is you. It's win-win. So if you enjoy this content and you want to understand more about what you do to actually unlock the hidden job market, click the subscribe button and I'll be releasing more videos, and you can check out my other videos on my channel as well, and you'll see exactly how you can do this. Don't worry about resumes. Don't worry about interview tips. This is what you need to focus on.